Good afternoon. Shane here, Cambacho Project Farm. Don't you love it? 78 millimeters overnight and been showers all day. And look at this crystal clear water coming down this gully. Now this is just before this gully junctions into another one down here where all this Phragmites is. So I'm in the bottom end, I guess, of an incised channel, fairly eroded part of the gully. And so we started working on this 2025 with farm camp kids from Steiner schools. So we've basically gone in and put a few rock weirs in, which is rocks and old concrete and shit. But this is a really good example here. This one here, it's pushing the water out the side here. This water's going down and then re-entering down there. So taking the energy out, water on water to take the energy out, and that'll be pushing the water out the other side of that as well. This is the gully above it here. You can see it's all calm. So this is pushing the water back. This whole system, in a brief amount of time that we've been doing this, is really starting to vegetate seriously. This wasn't pushing water back far enough to a crossing we've got up here, so I've put another obstruction in here with various, bits and pieces of rocks and concrete. And this also is starting to push the water out either side to re-enter down here in the channel and take the energy out. So this one's spilling into water, so de-energizing. And then this is then pushing water back here into this stock crossing or vehicle crossing, bed stabler, call it what you will. And this is classic. This one is just doing such a beautiful job. And you can see here the water coming out this side and the water coming out the other side there. And that one below there is now pushing the water right back here. So we're getting water on water to de-energize. And then we go on up the gully. And this thing, when this has got no water in it, you can see where the silt's collecting and starting to build up the bed of this gully. But what's impressed me with this, we've just had our biggest rainfall event since March 2025, 78 millimeters overnight. This debris is from a previous event, so this is as high as the water's got on this rainfall event. So this whole catchment is now starting to take the water in. So we're soaking it in. The vegetation is getting so good and the soils are getting so good across this farm that it's like a big chunk of blotting paper now. And you can see this one's the same deal. The water's coming in from over the other side there. It's pushing the water out both sides of this obstruction, and yeah, just taking the energy out. So the thing that's coming out of this particular time on planet Earth is so much stuff about water. And if you care to look up the work of Vader Austin, there's another guy that preceded her, was Emoto, a Japanese guy that did water crystallization. Vader's taken the water crystallization to a whole nother level. But the water's got memory. So one of the things we need to be doing now with our water is to remove the trauma from not only our landscapes but also from our bodies. Is we need to be blessing the water. Every molecule of water that you drink, bless it before you drink it. Every morning when you wake up, bless every molecule of water in your body. If you want a health tonic, man, I can tell you that is certainly a health tonic. If we're conscious of our water, and if you think about the water in our landscapes, all of these landscapes, when we drained them, we drained their memory. They forgot how they functioned. As soon as we start to get this water back in the landscape and start to bless this water, it's going to take our landscapes to a whole nother level. And this is classic, like that's coming in up the top there. All the froth there is an indicator that we've taken the energy out of this stream. So the erosive energy is now a thing of the past in here, and we've got the water working with us, not working against us. We're blocking up and stopping the draining, and blessing that water, and here we go. We've got it going out both sides here, spilling back in down there, froth again, de-energized, moves on to the next one, down to the next one, down to the next one. I remember asking Stuart Andrews about this incised gully and what to do with it, and he said get those students when they're here on camp to cart rocks. You know the old song, breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. Well, here we go. Here's a way to get productivity instead of destruction. You know, this was a fairly serious head wall cut here. We basically ceased it here, and this is starting to build up above here. The reeds and rushes are starting to come in, and I've shown you this area before, and I tell you, it is just growing by the moment. It gets better and better, and we're actually putting cattle through this area. It's been excluded from cattle for about 10 years. I'm now putting cattle through it because the system has become so resilient. And this is where we pick up into a contour. And look at this. This is coming down. Look at the colour of this water. It's crystal clear. It's coming down from way up yonder, up on that mountain, out of a neighbour's farm. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different leaky weirs or bed cross stabilizers, or call them what you will, that are lifting the water in this landscape, spreading it out across the floodplain and slowing it up, soaking it into the ground, and the vegetation is working for us. And this shows you how well the vegetation is working, because we're not losing any fertility out of this system now. This is a bankless contour that I've shown you before, so it can take any amount of water coming down. We can harvest off it, and we can let the rest just go straight by. So there it is. The whole system is functioning beautifully, and to see it after this amount of rain performing like this is bloody awesome. I love it. Bye bye.